the Saber fans, it's your old pal Megtooth, and this week we got something real special. We're going to interview some Saber nerd. You nerds out there, we're going to interview
Megtooth Sabers requires a lot of work on engineering, drilling, smoothing, tapping, setting, imagining, cutting, stripping, twisting, dipping, tin it, pin it, wire it, fire it, lock it, fast it, swing it, bash it. Megtooth Sabers.
Light him if you got him. There's that Star Killer that I built with Kyberphonics and them. That's pretty awesome, pretty fun. I'm sorry I built that with Solo Sabers and Benji. But at any rate, everybody, welcome to Megtooth Monday. And got some, pretty cool stuff to show. While we're waiting on more viewers to come in, doesn't look like we have anybody right now. It's Thanksgiving week, so this is going to be an abbreviated version, especially if we don't get some more views. But for everybody that didn't know, I'm wearing my SpaceX shirt. This is my Space Eccentric shirt. You can see it's got 2 Cross Falcon 9s on it. And 2 Cross Falcon 9s, that's pretty awesome. And for those of y'all that did not see it, if you didn't know what happened last Saturday, check this out. But anyway, you get the point. Got tons of, more videos from it. Everybody, if you want to see more of that, you can check out Everyday Astronaut on YouTube. He covers those launches, and thank you, Everyday Astronaut, for that footage. And, definitely he is a great YouTuber for SpaceX. A lot of people don't even know that SpaceX did that, but it's pretty cool. Hey, Kyberphonics, which brings me to my next thing is this. So Jesse sent me, Kyberphonics sent me a font. I published a video real quick on it on YouTube. I'm going to select it now on this thing. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Oh, hang on a minute.
Open the black doors. Open the black doors.
That's the boot sound that I put for Jesse's font. Solo Sabers is on. Hey, Solo Sabers. This is Kyberphonics E11 sound font. There's your normal single blast. Beep, beep, beep. And then you got thumb, and then you got hang on that. There you go. There's automatic. So automatic's pretty cool, but that's Jesse's sound font. There's a lot more to it than, you know, my blaster shows, because I don't have all that empty or jam or none of that crap on my blaster. My line of thought on blasters is a little bit different than everyone else's. I figured they ran on electricity and they have a power pack, and that the only thing that's important on a blaster is your battery meter that shows how much battery you got left in your blaster, so you can still blast and kill rebels. But I figured a laser gun wouldn't jam, and it would never run empty. It's not like a firearm where you have a magazine. I mean, even though that is a magazine on this, but you don't have a magazine full of blaster bolts or whatever. But at any rate, couple things is, number one, I got something printing over on the 3D Nerd Turd machine over there. I'll show you what's printing. But what is printing is one of these. So, yeah, I mean, Jesse, to me, I mean, the blaster either works or it doesn't. I never understood the whole jam and empty and all that crap that people want to have, sounds on it. So the fact you got, hey, Solo Sabers, the fact you got, just simple, the blast sounds, the stun sounds, and a boot sound, and, changing functions, to me, that's all you need. But at any rate, what I'm printing on the printer is this. This is a, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. This is the right side greave for the Mandalorian. And I printed this one full size at 100%, and it was too small for my leg. It was way too small for my leg. So I'm probably going to end up selling that one. And the one I'm printing over here on the printer now is at 109%. I got this Armor Master computer program, so that I basically had to measure all my body, and now I can put the armor file pieces on this program, and it tells me, hey, you need them bigger. So that tells me I need that leg armor at 109%. So that's what's printing. The first half of that is printing on the printer right now. Next, I used the wrong clear coat on the leg pieces that we weathered last week, but they still came out okay. Here they are. And, no fingerprints. You can see that it's clean, no fingerprints. Hey, Brian Connor. So that is the right leg armor that we did last week. This one gets armored like where it's real dirty, so I have to do a lot of black washing on this thing to make it look really dirty. So I'm probably not going to be, messing up with that. Oh, hey, Brian Connor, thank you. And but now this one, I think I'm going to redo this one and re-clear coat it and re-graphite it, because I didn't really get that effect like I want. Like, here, I'll show you the difference. Like, you can see the difference. This is really what I wanted, like a mirror finish, like my shoulder bells on the left leg armor. You can see that's a mirror finish on that shoulder bell, I hope. That's definitely like a mirror finish. It's awesome. You can see reflections of everything in the room. So that's pretty cool. That's the kind of finish I wanted on this, and I didn't get it. Now, it's reflective. And, you can see colors and lights and everything, but it's not as good as it could be. So this one needs to be shiny. So I think I'm going to put the correct clear coat on this one and then re-graphite and all that crap. So this one's going back in the graphite. And I'm probably going to do some sanding on it to smooth some more of it out, because, I found some imperfections there that I couldn't see until we got the graphite on. So got to redo that one. But this one's done. I'm satisfied with this, because this one gets weathered all black and nasty, so it is what it is. Brian's taking some samples of this live and he's coming back with something. Coming with a Megtooth voice pack. Man, Brian's been killing the voice packs. It's been awesome. But I don't know if all y'all saw that, but this was the knee that we weathered, the Mandalorian. This is the right knee on the Mando. I'm sorry, left knee on the Mando. Jeez, Lord have mercy. Left knee. I'm having dyslexic tonight. But, we weathered that one here on these live videos, and it came out pretty good. It's even got some dents in there, I don't know if you'll see that dent. But, yeah, there's a dent in there. But, at any rate, that came out pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. But, hey, I don't want to stay live too long tonight. But I just wanted to come on and talk about the SpaceX launch and everything that's going on. That SpaceX launch was so cool, y'all. I don't know if y'all saw it or y'all are excited about it. I'm wearing my SpaceX shirt. This is my SpaceX-centric shirt. It's got 2 Falcon 9 rockets going like this. But that SpaceX launch is a big deal, y'all. That's the rocket that's going to take humans to the moon, Mars, and beyond. and the largest rocket ever built by human beings, and it made it to space. And I know the news is spinning it as a failure because it blew up, but that's just because the news hates Elon Musk, and anytime they can get bad news about him and Tesla and SpaceX, they do. But the fact of the matter is they were just hoping to get to stage separation. That was the main purpose of this test, and it did make it to stage separation. And actually, the Starship was just less than 30 seconds away from engine shutoff and orbital insertion, to where it was going to coast all the way to Hawaii and re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. So, I would say it was a pretty successful test. How SpaceX does iterative, rocket building is a little nerve-wracking to, everyone else in the community. But I will say this, I really didn't understand SpaceX and didn't see where they were coming from. But, Boeing won a contract to send astronauts back to the International Space Station when we shut the space shuttle program down. After the Columbia disaster, the space shuttle ran for a little bit, and then we shut that program down. It was just too dangerous to the astronauts. And then, we hired Boeing. The government paid them millions and millions of dollars to create, a ship to take humans back to the International Space Station. Because other than that, we've been paying Russia to launch our astronauts on Soyuz rockets. And SpaceX, 4 years after Boeing starts the process with Starliner, they get involved and they build, basically the Dragon capsule for the Falcon rockets, and they actually, have been transporting humans to the space station. And Boeing Starliner hasn't even had a successful human test flight yet. But Boeing won the original contract. SpaceX was a Johnny-come-lately, and they've already, had, 6, I think, successful missions to the space station, so with astronauts. So that goes to show you the amount of money that gets wasted on these programs when Boeing and all their, normal testing, and they're one of the companies that's critical of SpaceX. Yeah, well, okay. Well, SpaceX got, humans on the space station, and, 1/10 of the time that y'all took to develop your capsule that you still haven't even successfully flown yet. And I hate to knock Boeing, because Boeing's a great American company, but I don't think anybody can compete with the iterative testing processes of SpaceX and the aggressiveness of Elon Musk. Like him or hate him, he's definitely a change agent in the United States, whether you like him or not. You don't have to like electric cars or solar power or Tesla battery packs. You don't have to like any of that stuff or SpaceX, but you will eventually have to admit that he was a change agent in the world. He was like George Lucas. I mean, he's that visionary of a character. I think, when history looks back, we'll look back on this time with Elon Musk like we were walking the streets with giants, and he is that big. He's like Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and Nikola Tesla, all rolled up into one human being. Not to mention the fact the rocket stuff. He's almost like who is our German rocket guy? Von Braun, the Nazi. But he's like that. I mean, he's just super genius. Crazy awesome that we have somebody living amongst us in this day and age. God, man, I love the Cybertruck, Brian. Thing is awesome. I think it looks crazy like that because I think that truck is going to end up on Mars. I think there's more purpose to that design than just here on Earth. But, we'll see. I'm telling you guys, these things are going to fly off the assembly line, and people are going to buy them up. I would buy one and paint it flat black, like Venta black. Wouldn't that be awesome? Seeing that thing painted Venta black, it looks like an F-117 rolling down the road. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a practical guy with pickup trucks, and I have a 2005 F-150. That is my primary vehicle, and I have to use it to tow my boat and everything. And I just can't imagine towing my boat and pulling my boat out of a boat ramp with an electric vehicle, or going off-roading in an electric vehicle. But who knows? I mean, one of my buddies who's a huge gear monkey, gas monkey, grease monkey guy. He loves, classic muscle cars, and he loves gasoline engines. He bought a Tesla Plaid, and he's on his second Tesla Plaid now. And then his wife loved it so much, she got a Tesla. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving Eve, everybody. Cole, Brian, Solo Sabers, everybody. But my buddy who's this gearhead, he bought a Tesla, and then his wife bought one, and I was like, what are you guys buying Teslas for? And he goes, it's like an experience, man. He goes, it's not even a car. He goes, they shouldn't even call them cars. It's like a whole experience. And I was like, what do you mean it's an experience? And he goes, just riding in it as a passenger, it's an experience. He goes, it is way beyond an automobile. On top of the fact that he's got that ludicrous speed in that Tesla Plaid, where he can accelerate from 0 to 100 like ludicrous speed, like 2 seconds or whatever. And it's got the autopilot on it, which that's the future, and it's coming, but it's still pretty cool. But I don't know that I would want a Cybertruck. Huh. Yeah, I mean, he says they're pretty cool. He said life-changing cool to drive one. I don't own one. I have a gas guzzling V8 F-150. But I have to haul my boat in the summertime. I go fishing and scuba diving and to the beach with my dog, Risky, who's back here behind me asleep. He's back here asleep. So this morning, we went back to running at the park. I gained some weight since we got back from Hawaii, and I got sick. And I wasn't running because I was so sick, and I know I was gaining weight. And I can't gain weight because the Mandalorian costume won't handle me gaining weight. So I'm back to running. Yeah, I think you just get used to it, Yeah, I mean, I hear you there, Brian. I mean, I stare at a computer screen all day. Last thing I want to do when I get in a car is stare at another computer screen. But, it's still pretty cool. I don't think you have to stare at the computer screen. I'm sure they'll work on broadcasting a HUD somewhere, along the lines on it. So it should get pretty more user-friendly, I would think. I mean, you can put even a normal heads-up display on your vehicle. Like we have now, like when we go scuba diving, like you can get your O2 readouts and everything to project in your mask like a heads-up display on the mixed gas rebreathers that my buddies are running. I'm still breathing open circuit because I don't trust mixed gas rebreathers yet. But, for those of y'all that didn't know, I'm also a technical scuba diver. I do, decompression scuba diving out here in the ocean, with advanced gases and stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. But at any rate, I had a bunch of kids over. Jen's parents' Thanksgiving thing was Sunday. For her dad's family, we did Thanksgiving over here Sunday. We had 25 people over here at the house. I should have shown a picture of that. It was crazy. And we had these kids, and I gave them my lightsabers, and they were out in the backyard. And one of them had my saber with one of my heavy grade blades in it. And I videotaped some of that. He was just whacking at trees and just hitting everything as hard as he could. And he was trying to kill his dad. He was trying to kill me. I was like, there's your damn demo of the blade, how tough it is. That kid's trying to kill everybody with it. And it was just holding on. But, those blades still haven't sold, the blades that I put up everywhere. And, I guess people are broke right now. But, I think what I'm going to do is buy a cheap Chinese blade. Hey, who do y'all think makes the cheapest Chinese blade right now? I want to buy one because I want to take it out in the backyard and do a shamim with it. I'm going to smack a tree with it until it blows apart. I'm going to do the same with one of my heavy grade blades, and you'll see, what my heavy grade blades are worth. But I think that's what I'm gonna try to do here, maybe before Christmas, if I can get it in. Hey, Cindy, what's happening? It's great to see you. Hey, for those of y'all that didn't, I'll try to get it. Hang on a minute. Trying to get to Jesse's font.
He's no good to me dead. He's no good to me dead. Imperial trooper. Imperial trooper.
Okay, so here's Jesse's font. This is Jesse's E11 font. I'm gonna select to the next font, and you'll hear the boot.
Open the blast doors. Open the blast doors.
There you go. So this is Jesse's font. This is, you know, normal blast. And then that's your stun. And then this should be there's automatic. AliExpress. But anyway, that's Kyberphonic's E11 font. So if anybody has a blaster and you want a pretty cool font, Kyberphonics, I guess he, you know, Jesse put those together just with like leftover stuff from making lightsaber fonts. And to be honest with you, it's better than the Stormtrooper font that I had on there, which comes, the Stormtrooper font that I had on my blaster actually comes standard on the on the Blaster Core sound font package from Plector. And you know, you got the Rebellion, and then you got the Imperial Trooper font, which is the Stormtrooper font. But you know, Kyberphonic's blaster font is very good. It's better than, you know, Imperial Trooper. It's pretty good. I know, Brian, I haven't even had the chance to load that stuff, man. I've been so busy building this Mando armor. Like pretty much every second of, you know, my day is spent, you know, making, printing, planning, you know, the next move on Mandalorian. But I do, you know, I can test stuff with a blaster. Yeah, well, you know, Jesse, the bottom line is that's a pretty cool. I am not picky on blaster prop sounds, you know, and Brian's different than me. Brian wants all the functionality. He wants the empty, the jam, the reload sounds. He likes all that stuff. His prop can be able to do all that stuff. And his prop, the cool thing is Brian's going to have OLED functions for all that. Where like my OLED, when you change to a new font, you get the font BMP, which will play, which usually I have associated with the character. And then when it goes into standby mode or you're running the font, it just has the battery meter. And my battery meter on this one, I don't know if it's going to show, but I have it Imperial Cogs. I don't know. It's not going to show because it blows out the damn camera. But it's Imperial Cogs, and it's a battery meter. And you know, when you see it in person, it's just Imperial Cogs. But yeah, it sounds great, Jesse. I mean, the font sounds great. It's better than the Imperial Trooper thing. It's definitely a lot better than that. So it's my favorite font on the thing. It sounds great. The blast sounds are real throaty, a lot bassier. I think they really took advantage. You know, have a Smuggler's Outpost 28 millimeter speaker in this thing, and that your shots are a lot bassier and really take advantage of that. The Smuggler's Outpost, you know, speaker that I have venting right here in this little hole right here. That's my speaker vent. It was right here. But yeah, I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's pretty awesome. Oh, did you buy one of the Saberforge E11s, Cole? I just cut out, you know, the back of this counter, this Hegster counter, and you know, I just ran my 4 wires into the blaster. You're not going to be able to see it because of where I ran them, but I basically ran them into the blaster right in underneath the counter, and then it goes back into my chassis. You know, and you only need the 4 wires. You need positive, negative, and the blue and the green wires. I can't remember what they were, but you know, they are what they are. And then you can see, there we go. We're getting more progress on the leg over there on the 3D Nerd Turd machine over here. So basically, what that's printing is it's printing another one of these, but more size to me. And right now, it's just printing half of it. So it's just printing this half, the left half. And then after it's done tonight, I'll print the right half. I think he just called it the E11, E11 font. But you know, my printer's over there printing away. No, the Golden Harvest is actually pretty good at running a blaster. I've heard one demonstrated. It was actually really good. Yeah, I did a quick video on Jesse's font, but I don't think he's selling it. I think he's basically giving it away. It was just something he experimented with and made it. And, you know, if you want it, Brian, just message Kyberphonic, message Jesse, and he'll get it for you. But it's actually, you know, it's actually a really good font. But yeah, it's, you know, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, you know, I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving with your family. You know, having my family and Jen's, you know, some of Jen's, the rest of Jen's family had her you know, paternal side of family over here Sunday for Thanksgiving. And then we'll have the rest of her family and my family over here on Thursday for Thanksgiving. You know, my son and his wife and my grandchildren are coming, and, you know, Jen's mama's coming, and some of Jen's friends are coming, and some of my friends may stop by. My brother will be here. My dad and his fiance will be here. So it's pretty. There's so much stuff moving around in here, man. It's crazy in here. You know, with it all, with the, you know, my 3D printer going, it's like all moving around and lit up, and it's scary, man. It's like I'm truly like living in sci-fi land in here. You know, it's stuff's lit up all over the place. It's crazy. This room is starting to get crazy because of that 3D printer. But at any rate, I'm excited to get this Mando done. So I'm doing more Mando stuff over there right now. And probably after Christmas, I'll start sewing the leather. And maybe instead of lightsaber stuff, we'll have leather sewing classes going on my YouTube channel. So that'll be pretty fun. But, you know, I'm pretty excited to get this Mando built. Because after I do the Mando, I don't know if I told you guys my plan, but you see the Shore Trooper helmet up here, which I made on my 3D printer. And hanging below the Shore Trooper helmet is an ammo belt. I don't know if you guys can see it. You know, oh, right there, that brown leather right there. But that is for the Shore Trooper. So the reason I'm excited to get done with the Mando is because once I'm done with the Mando, the Shore Trooper begins. Yep. I'm thankful to have all y'all in my life. And I really wish all y'all have a good Thanksgiving. You know, I'm not going to be on too long tonight. I just said it was just going to be a short stream. I wanted to show off Jesse's thing. I wanted to talk about the SpaceX launch. I wanted to show the leg armor, which we did, you know, and it came out okay, but it's still not as good as the finish I got on the shoulder bills, which is mirror finish. So I used the wrong clear coat, y'all. I didn't even see that until after it was already done. So I have to re-clear coat this one. I'll have to do some fine sanding, re-clear coat, re-graphite. It'll be just as shiny as the shoulder belt. It's going to be awesome. So I'm pretty excited to get that done. So over Thanksgiving weekend, that's what I'm going to do, is be working on this and hopefully get this greave together, this new greave that I'm printing in my size. It'll look like this, but big enough for my calf. Because if you believe it, that my calf does not fit in that. That's too small for my calf. I can't even get it closed. So I have to, probably going to sell that one. So if somebody's got smaller legs and is looking for a Mando right leg greave, I've got it. And I'll probably be selling that one on some of the costume groups that I'm in. But at any rate, let me check that, because that might be work. That's my work alert. It's work alert stresses my dog out too, man. But at any rate, yeah, my dog does not like that work alert on my phone, because, you know, when I was that captain during the pandemic and detectives, and I was getting called out every night, and that phone would go off, and he knew that meant I was leaving. And so that text tone on that phone just drives him nuts. He hates it. He'll immediately get up and leave the room. But at any rate, I'm going to sign off, because I think Jennaru just got home. I'm going to Risky just came back in. Y'all saw the door open. But I think Jennaru's home, and I'm going to go help her unload all the groceries for our Thanksgiving this Thursday. And y'all all have a great Thanksgiving. And, you know, we'll see you next week. I'll try to go live Monday. May even try to bring Kyberphonics on next Monday if he's free. I'll get up with you, Jesse, on Facebook Messenger about that. It's time to do episode 6 of Saber Nerds, and I'm tired of being alone on this, and it'd be nice to have somebody to talk to and interview. So I hope that you all have a great Thanksgiving. And, you know, just like we always do, we need to do a hashtag for Jeff Birchie, who's kind of back in the realm of the living, and it looks like he's moving to Philadelphia. But for Jeff Birch, let's do a hashtag nerd up for everyone. And I'm going to go to get out of here and tell everybody, you know, may the force be with you. Happy Thanksgiving. And, you know, always two there are, a master and an apprentice. Come be my apprentice.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. As usual, I really appreciate y'all tuning in on my channel. And as always,